Chapter 786. Jean did not know how to answer him, so he nervously looked at Wilbur. Wilbur said slowly, "Relax and wait for your brother to arrive, so you can make things clear." Jean nodded. Jameson could not believe that he listened to Wilbur. There was a menacing glint in his eyes. "If you can't explain yourself when Jeffrey gets here, don't blame us for ending you," said Jameson coldly. Wilbur asked, "Is he a threat to you?" "What did you say?" Jameson squinted menacingly. Wilbur replied, "When you arrived, you didn't ask about your father's condition, but questioned your brother instead. It seems like you're quite sure your father won't be waking up." Jameson was taken aback for a moment, then quipped, "Nonsense. Where's my father?" "Finally thought of him. Let's check on your father together when your brother gets here," Wilbur responded. Jameson looked at Wilbur and asked, "Who the fuck are you to interfere with our family business?" "I hired Mr. Penn, so please relax, Jameson," said Jean. Jameson glared at Wilbur coldly. Jameson felt like Jean was a coward, but he was behaving too abnormally that night. It made him suspicious. However, Jameson and Jeffrey were in the heat of fighting for the CEO spot. He did not want any extra trouble, so he suppressed his anger and suspicions, sitting down quietly. Suddenly, two figures walked in. The person in the front looked similar to Jean and Jameson, and he was in a dark navy suit. He had a pair of glasses with black rims and looked like a gentleman. Behind him was a middle-aged man who was short and muscular. He looked like he was in his 50s. That person had long arms and eyes that were sharp like an eagle. He seemed quite extraordinary. The person in the suit was the eldest son of the Zanders, Jeffrey Zander. Jeffrey glanced at everyone as he walked in, then took a seat next to Yolanda. He grabbed her hand and said, "Don't be sad, Mother. I'm here. Our family will be all right. I know. I believe in you. Teach your brother a lesson. He's outrageous, and it makes me really sad." Yolanda started sobbing again. Jeffrey comforted his mother. Then he looked at Jean and said, "Jean, you called us here claiming that our father has awakened. Is that true?" Everyone looked at Jean. Jean blushed slightly and replied slowly, "To be honest, that's not true." "What did you say? How dare you lie to us? What are you up to?" asked Jameson coldly. Yolanda said, "Speak. You got your father out of the hospital, and you won't let me see him. What the hell do you want? Your brothers are here now. You better explain yourself." Jean looked at Wilbur because it was his idea. He did not know how to answer them any further. Wilbur said slowly, "Mr. Zander is not awake. He had been cursed. Also, the person who placed the curse on him is among us." Yolanda was taken aback. Then she pointed at Wilbur and yelled angrily, "What nonsense are you talking about? What curse? What do you mean the person who placed the curse is among us? You better explain yourself." Wilbur stood up slowly and glanced at everyone saying, "Jay Zander fell sick because he was cursed by a spell named Weaken. This curse will weaken the body until its victim eventually dies. Also, medical professionals won't be able to detect it.